Hey guys, Coach Hunter coming at you today with Grappling Fundamentals with Dylan helping me out. The last week we kind of built up to talking about dominant position. So if everything goes right, you know, you're taking your opponent down, or you're establishing grips, taking your opponent down, getting past their legs, getting on top to a dominant position, and then you start searching for ways of finishing the fight or at least control, right? That's like our basic flow of grappling. However, what happens if you're the other guy, right? So someone takes you down, right? And like we could go from that approach, working from the ground up, but I actually like to work from the worst case scenario up to and salvaging that situation. Because no matter how good at grappling you are, you're going to find yourself in the bottom of these dominant positions, and we call that inferior position. Okay, because you're not submissive, right? You're not trying to submit, but you are in an inferior position, okay? So you have to know how to escape. Even if you're like, I never want to grapple, like I always want to be striking, someone is going to take you down eventually, right? You have to know how to escape these positions. So let's get into it. We're going to start with side mount, because I think side mount is actually one of the hardest positions to escape. Like if someone has a really good side mount, you have a lot less to work with than you do in other positions. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Dylan's going to take a standard side mount approach. Let's actually go this way a little bit. So the first thing I want to think about, guys, my legs are not just out here loose. This is what a dead person looks like, okay? The same thing with my arms. I'm not just out here, oh no, right? Don't give me my arms. My arms are in tight to me, okay, just like a boxing guard. My feet are in, they're useful, they're on the mat, okay? It's, you know, my legs are engaged. They're not out here flailing in the air. They're not loose on the ground. My legs are where my power is. That's what I need. Ideally, my arm that's close to his head is framed under his jawline. I'm on his collarbones or on his neck. Okay, if his chin is tucked, that's fine. I'll be on his face. Most people, I'd rather have it on my neck than my face because it's just less uncomfortable. My arm is closer to his legs. Now, I was taught to put it on the hip, and I don't think that's wrong. I think that is optional. For me, I have short arms, so this is kind of a reach to his hip, so I don't really have any power here. And I'm definitely not putting my hand in here, okay? What's going to happen here is that he can just drop his hip and crush my arm in anyway. His body weight and hips are generally stronger than my arm. Plus, I'm pushing with my muscles with my hand. And it's going to tire them out for no good reason. So I'm using the bottom portion of my forearm, right, at my elbow, about the width of my upper arm, on his hip, if I have it there. Okay, so if he tries to drop his hip through that, it's fine. It's the structure of my humerus, the upper arm bone, that's holding him. So there's really not very much effort for me to hold this, okay? So if you're gonna use this frame, that's where it is. I like to keep my arm in tight to me because, once again, usually it's a reach to here, unless I have a reason to use it. We'll talk about some of those. So for now, I'm just gonna have it here because that's traditional. The next thing I'm gonna do, guys, is bridge, okay? That's gonna create movement and create space. So when I use once again, I'm on my toes, so it's our basic movements. I'm bridging into him toward his legs. At the same time, I'm lifting with my elbow. So his head is now roughly over my head. So right now his head's over here, okay? When I bridge and lift, his head's going over my head. Then I shrink my hips back. See, my hips come away. Now there's all of this space in here. And that space is enough for my knee to enter. So my knee connects to my elbow. And this is why this is called the knee-elbow escape. Sometimes a shrimping escape, or upa escape, whatever you want to call it. But this is, for me, it's knee elbow escape, okay? Right here. My knee connects to my elbow. Now if he tries to get heavy on me, it's my leg that's holding him away. And that's a lot stronger, okay? We're going to get a little further because that's still not enough. But I'm here, I bridge, lifting his head over my head, and I shrink my hips back to where my knee will go in. Now I don't have to shrink necessarily if my knee will go in on its own. But if you're longer limbed than I am, you might need that. I'm going to use my knee to push him away. So I'm straightening out, and now he's no longer really on top of me. He's connected more to my legs, which is good. Okay? So lots of options here. This is now kind of a hub position, but I'm going to get my feet connected to his hips and legs. Okay? And now he's in my guard. I could go to a closed guard, like a full guard. I can go to like a butterfly guard with my feet inside of his thighs. Don't stress about those details, but my feet just being on him, I can push him away and start getting up. Okay, and we'll talk about that endpoint later. But for now, just getting my legs in play is huge. Okay, so I'll just run through that a few times. So guys, I think it's going to be so important for you to learn. Escaping bad positions, working on getting out of danger. So important. So it should be something you're playing with all the time. Okay guys? So like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see all of our content. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the mats.